Hey guys, welcome to Keep It Dirty Off-Road, and in this video we're going to make a cab platform to make it easier to store stuff in here and basically use more of this vertical space that we normally waste when we go off-road. I've always struggled with how to use as much of the space back here as possible, right? Because you can only stack things so much, and on a pre-runner you can't just put stuff in here. Everything that goes in here has to be strapped down. My first version of this was to just add L-track on the inside of the cab. Put a link to the video, but basically added L-track all on the back and front and back, and that gave me a ton of space to basically strap stuff down. But once I get to about this level, I have all this unused space up here, and if you guys know, I've been customizing the hell out of my truck to get the most use out of it. So I figured, okay, well, gotta do something about it. So my idea here was to borrow from the Overland guys and build a platform that I can store stuff underneath, but then be able to put stuff on top. Basically everything that I put in there now, I want to have the ability to put, like, let's say tools and tripods and sockets and all. Basically the stuff that I'm always going to carry, I want to be able to put down low, right? Like this bag right here that has my basic tools and all that stuff. The tire changing kit that I made, right? I want to put that all on the bottom, but then I also want to have room to, like, take my sleeping bag and my tent and all that stuff, but be able to slide it in underneath and not have to, like, take everything out of the truck when I go camping just to get my tent out. The idea is to have multiple levels, basically take more of this usable space. Now in a perfect world, I'd be doing this out of metal, getting it fully designed, but I know myself. I know I'm gonna tinker with this. I know I'm gonna have to go through multiple iterations of it. And then on top of that, it has to be quiet. I don't want something that's gonna rattle like crazy. Rattles drive me nuts. I think I'm gonna start off with material that I can work on here and be able to do multiple versions on. So I'm gonna do it out of wood. Now I do a little bit of woodworking as a hobby, but when it comes to wood, you have to have a plan too, right? It's just like everything else. You gotta have a plan. So I use the app. So this is Woodcraft app, and it allowed me to kind of model what I want to create. I took measurements of all the empty space on there, and including the space under the seats, and basically designed this. And the idea here is to kind of get it all set up, and this will at least give me the base so I can figure out what I need to cut from where, how much plywood, how much boards and all that stuff I need, so that I can plan it out and be more efficient with my wood utilization. First step is to get the first version done based on my original design. We start off by using 1x4s to make a structure for the actual top. I use pocket holes to have the strongest hold, will also be in low profile and having nothing stick out. And then we covered it with the piece of plywood that we had laying around. I used the router to cut back the plywood and get the basic shape, and we did a test fit, and it didn't fit. We had to move the center brace up and notch it for the middle about 3.5 inches to make room for the center console that we had in there. Once we had it all figured out, it was time to cut the legs and supports for the solution. We ended up going into the night. I didn't finish it, but I was able to at least lay it down so I can get an idea of where things to go, and I came back today during my lunch to basically finish it up. I added these to add some spacers so that this side's fully supported. Added all the legs. We ended up going about 7.5, I think. 6.5, 7.5. And then I added all the supports here, because you gotta add supports. Now, I've never done dynamic setups before with wood. I've done static stuff. I've built tanks and stuff like that can support a couple 1,000 pounds, but nothing that can take some G-forces. So hopefully this works. And I think the true test is going to be is this, can this hold my weight? I mean, it should. I only weigh about 190. Should be able to deal with all my shit. Deal with me. You gotta see if it's strong enough. Should I jump? Yeah, go ahead. I still need to get that little piece there done, but I do need to leave a gap because I think initially I'm gonna just strap it over, and then I gotta finish the ends to make sure all the ends look good. Now that the legs were done, it was time to fit the whole solution with the legs and all, because I ended up having to move the legs back a little bit because I didn't have enough room to sit it down. It was too big. I think that's gonna work.
That looks nice.
All right, now let's get a strap and try to strap it down to see how it holds. That was for you. I think when we use this, I gotta take the rubber mat off. I think the rubber mat's gonna get in the way, but this gives me the option to put everything underneath. And I'm actually debating on whether I need these right here.
Need what?
This one right here, this first one. I may change the direction of this first one so that I have more space right here. Okay. I think that's gonna work. So basically, I'm using my tie downs from before. Do it right there, so I can still have ratchet access. And then yeah, I think that's gonna work, bud. But once we kind of tuned it a little bit, kind of cut some areas back, made some space for the center console and the speakers, and then, you know, realizing that I don't really need some of the legs that are on there, right, and reducing the amount of legs, I was able to come up with a version that I think was going to work good, and it was time to go out and test it off-road. Now, before I could test it, I needed to wrap it in fabric because I hate rattles. Rattles drive me nuts. My sons will tell you, if I find a rattle on... Ethan, if I hear a rattle on a car, what do, Ethan? It drives me nuts. So I don't want this to rattle, and I don't want stuff to rattle on this. I reached out to Todd at Expert Upholstery to ask him, hey, what kind of fabric should I use for something like this? And he recommended a fabric that they use in the back of, you know, classic cars and all that stuff to kind of line the inside. And he was so nice. He's such a cool dude. He decided to give me some, so big thank you to Todd, sir, for donating that material to me. You're amazing. Thank you so much for your help on this one, sir. I'm definitely going to hit you back, sir, at some point. I got some more projects for this truck. Using this fabric right here, which is, you know, this material right here, it gave me a big old sheet. We decided to wrap it around. Now, I don't know how to do this. I asked for some tips, but, you know, this is going to look like crap. We decided to put it on there. We used some glue to kind of make sure that it's stuck. Used some staples to hold it on the ends and the areas that mattered. And it was ugly. It came out ugly, but it's going to do the trick. Like I said before, guys, if once this is done and I have a design that works, I think I'm going to go metal. And I think once we do metal, I'm going to ask Todd if he'll wrap it for me too, so it doesn't look like shit. And there it is, all wrapped. I'm not an upholstery guy, guys, at all. As it is, big thank you to Expert Auto Upholstery for getting us the fabric. Really appreciate that, sir. He gave us a little bit of tips, but, you know, for me, it's more about just covering it to make sure that there's no rattles. Because there's going to be stuff under here, and I don't want it rattling. So under here, there's extra foam. It's not the prettiest of things. You can see all of our work. It's ugly. YouTube certified. But it's going to do the trick for what we needed to do. And I think on this side, I still got to add some L-track. So I'm probably going to put some L-track here, and that's going to hold my fridge. Put some L-track in the middle so it can hold whatever we end up putting there. Some L-track at the end over here for camera gear. Usually I have camera gear on this side. And then tools and everything's going to go underneath. I think it's going to work. And it's not too heavy, right?
I can carry it by myself.
I mean, it would have been lighter if we did it out of metal. Probably like if we did an aluminum base, but it also probably would rattle a whole lot more.
Well, and it also would have been 2 times more expensive.
Yeah, but like I said.
And then,
yeah.
How are we going to nail this?
Because this was all done with scrap wood. I used all scrap wood. I had to buy 1-bys and then tools. I had to buy a router so I can get the edges nice and smooth because I didn't want sharp edges here. We're going to let this gas out, but next I need to add my L-track and then it's going to go into the truck for a test. But this got to gas out because of the glue, so it's going to take about a day or two. Probably should let it gas out for more, but we're going to let it gas out for a little bit. Unfortunately, that's all the L-track I had left, so I got to get some more. So yeah, I'm very excited. I had 2 6-inch, a 12, and a 3. I think this will be good enough if I went out, but I'm going to order some more. I think I'm going to order 2 more 6 inches and then do 12s in the middle.
Fridge.
Now it was time to test, so we got the truck all loaded up for an off-road run to see how she does. Now I am happy to report that it worked out awesome. I think the only drawback is because I am higher, I have less space because, you know, as you go up higher, the seats are angled, right? So you do have a little bit less space, so that's been the only drawback. But overall, I think it's been amazing. I've been able to carry coolers. I did a camping trip where I put all my camping gear underneath. We didn't actually camp that trip, which kind of sucked, but I was able to carry all the stuff I normally carry, and I didn't have to unpack the whole truck to get to anything. All right, now it's been a few weeks, and we've had a couple runs with this setup, and I think I tried to use too much space. I got a little too ambitious and tried to use every last bit of free space. And I'm running into a problem where the base is actually limiting seats from moving back and forth. Basically, it's this part right here, right? I created this hump to, again, take advantage of every last bit of usable space. And I need the space back so that the seats can move freely. It's not a problem when I'm sitting there. But when the boys are sitting there, when I have passengers in there, they want to have the seat a little bit farther back, it's a problem, it gets in the way. So I'm gonna take off some of this protective, some of the carpet off, and then we're gonna cut this back so that we can basically get more use out of the seats. So again, this has to do with, you know, just making sure that everything works right. So we're gonna time lapse this because a lot of this is just woodworking, it's boring stuff, but we'll be back. right, well there she is. This side stays the same. This is the side that goes against the seats. L-track is still there. We still have the L-track in the middle, but now we cut off the whole back end, which is about 3 inches, 3.5 inches off the back, and then I put these on the end so that I can still hook right here and not lose this little piece right here, because yeah, I'm definitely losing some space overall. I should have ordered some more L-track so this side could look pretty too. But and yeah, my fabric job sucks. I think once I do a permanent version, say with metal, I'll be able to do smaller legs, and then I'll probably work with Todd from Expert to have him do it, you know, professionally wrap it so that it looks good. I think for now this is good. This kind of gives me a starting point. Well, not a starting point, but the next iteration to go test. Right, now so far it's been actually really good with this platform. We've had it on a couple of runs and been testing it for the last 4 months, I would say, and it's been holding really good. We've gone through multiple versions. I'm still not done tinkering with it. I think I need to do a camping run, right? Like do a multi-day camping run where I really have to load my back area up and be as efficient as possible with the space to really see how she does. And I think once I have that done, then I'll kind of nail down my final design and how we want to make it using metal to make it as small as possible. I don't know, we may end up doing like keeping the wood top and then just doing the legs in metal on the back so it's a smaller footprint so I don't lose so much space, because they do get in the way. They do get in the way back there, and they'll be stronger if we make them out of metal. That's it for this video, guys. Hit me up on Instagram if you guys have any questions on this kind of build stuff. And yeah, questions, comments below. Please consider subscribing, and thank you for watching.